bones are classified based on the shape of the bone, and the different shapes have different structures and different functions to them. So the main bone shape classifications are long bones, short bones, flat bones, irregular bones, and sesamoid bones. So let's first take a look at long bones. When you think of a bone, think about like a cartoon bone where you've got a dog chasing after a bone or burying a bone. That kind of cartoony shape is a long bone. So long bones typically are longer than they are wide, but they typically have a kind of a long skinny middle portion, but then widened ends to them. So some examples of long bones are the humerus, which is the bone that makes up the upper arm, the radius and ulna, which are the two bones in the forearm, the femur, which is the thigh bone, and the tibia and fibula, which are the bones of the lower legs. And the function of long bones is primarily for movement. So muscles pull on long bones in order to bend joints and move the bones around. So for example, muscles can pull on the femur and the tibia and the fibula in order to help you flex or bend your leg at the knee. Short bones are cube-shaped bones, and the best examples are the carpals and tarsals. So the carpals are the wrist bones, which are hard to see here. You actually have 8 bones that make up the wrist, and all of them are fairly small and cube-shaped. Also, the tarsals, which are the ankle bones, are also examples of short bones. Short bones provide a lot of stability and some limited movement. So you can move your wrist around, but it also gives you some strength and stability. Flat bones typically have a flat shape, but they also tend to have a little bit of a curve to them. Flat bones are typically found in the skull. So the cranial bones include things like the frontal bone, parietal bones, occipital bone. Those are all examples of what we call a flat bone. The scapula is the shoulder blade, and that's an example of a flat bone. The sternum, which is that's the more formal name for the breastbone, is a flat bone, and each one of the ribs is also considered a flat bone. And the functions of flat bones are attachment sites for muscles, and they also help to protect internal organs. So think about the sternum and the ribs helps to protect your heart and lungs in the thoracic cavity here. And the cranial bones in the skull help to protect your brain. Irregular bones are bones that don't fit in any other category, so we just kind of lump them together as miscellaneous. So any bone that's got kind of a weird shape, you're just going to stick it in the irregular bone category. So examples of irregular bones are things like the vertebrae. So the vertebrae in your back have a very, very unique shape to them. Also your facial bones. So you can't really see it here, but the bones that make up your cheeks, you've got the zygomatic bones and the maxilla bones and the ethmoid bone, and these are all bones that have a unique shape to them that don't really fit into any other category. And then one kind of special type of bone is called a sesamoid bone, and in humans really the only example that's found in all humans is the patella. So a sesamoid bone is just a small round bone that forms in a tendon. So your patella is the more formal name for your kneecap, and your kneecap is formed within the tendons that connect the muscles, I guess I should say, sorry, the tendons and the ligaments that connect your femur to your tibia and fibula, and also the tendons that connect your muscles to those bones. And the main function is it helps to protect the tendons near those joints. So think about your knees, you've got lots of tendons there. It's a very active joint, and so your patella helps to provide a little bit of extra protection.